Native American mounds. Imagine yourself as a government land surveyor in the early 1800s, 1808 to be exact. You are traveling through uncharted territory with a magnetic compass and surveyor's chains, preparing plat maps that divide the newly acquired territory into orderly rectangular survey areas to be sold. After days and even weeks of traveling through the wilderness, through mosquito and bug-infested swamp, through rainy days, through muggy days, through briars and brambles, to the swollen banks and backwater of the Mississippi River, where you finally reach a clearing. The edge of a large prairie, as described in the notes of the surveyors found on page 76 of volume 12 of the General Land Office notes at the Illinois State Archives. The surveyors continue to state that there were 24 or more mounds covered in ancient ruins. These mounds are known as Cahokia Mound State Historic Site, and they contain over 80 mounds, one of which rises 100 feet into the sky. From the first European settlers to the people of today, the Native American mounds have been a subject of interest filled with many mysterious myths and baffling beauty. According to the research done by Dr. George Milner, professor of anthropology at Penn State University, revealed in his book, The Mound Builders, Ancient People of Eastern North America, published in 2004, even Lewis and Clark stopped along their journey to admire the earthenworks on the Ohio River. Over the years, research has pieced together the mysteries of mound builders like a giant jigsaw puzzle. The effigy mounds, when first encountered, were considered mysterious. Who built them and when? How were they built? Why were they built? And what were they used for? While working as an archaeologist, I encountered Native American mounds throughout Iowa and Wisconsin. These encounters have inspired me to conduct more research, as well as take numerous hikes to explore other mounds throughout the region. Native American mounds are an important link to our past, and understanding these mounds will lead to understanding where we came from and how our culture today fits into the bigger picture. Revealing the origins of the mounds consists of classifying the mounds and identifying where they are located, who built them, how they were built, and why they were built. First to be considered is classification. Mounds can be divided into 3 classifications. Birmingham and Eisenberg, professors of anthropology, describe the different mounds types in their book, Indian Mounds of Wisconsin, published by the University of Wisconsin Press in 2000. First, there are conical mounds. These mounds are oval or round in shape and are considered to be some of the earliest mounds built. Second category is the effigy mound. These are mounds that are formed in the shape of an animal, and in the case of the man mound near Baraboo, Wisconsin, a human form. Dennis Lesendorf is the author of Effigy Mounds, A Guide to Effigy Mounds National Monument, published by the National Park Service in 2007. In his book, he describes the history of the effigy mound builders as related to the national monument found along the Mississippi River in Iowa. Today, according to Lesendorf, there are 206 known mounds within the park, 31 in the shape of animals, including bears and birds. The third classification is enclosures. These are low, narrow ridges that form circles, squares, or rectangles. Next, I'll take a look at the construction and location. Earthenwork mounds were constructed by North Americans in prominent places using local materials. Mounds are found throughout the eastern United States and the Midwest. In the newspaper article by Ed Legge, Marvel of the Mounds, found in the March 30th, 2016 edition of the Juneau County Star-Times, several mound sites are described, including a panther effigy mound found along the Lemonweir River in Boston. The mounds at Wyoming State Park are on a prominent bluff overlooking the Mississippi River. Cahokia in Illinois is located on terraces along the Mississippi River as well. In addition to these 2 state parks containing effigy mounds, the Effigy Mounds National Monument is located on the bluffs above the Mississippi River in Iowa. Other effigy mounds are found in Michigan, Ohio, and Kentucky, to name a few. Mounds were usually located in prominent areas near waterways, such as bluffs, and where streams or rivers converge or diverge. Dennis Lesendorf states that the islands, bluffs, shorelines, and marshes of rivers formed a microcosm for the development of this advanced culture. The mounds were constructed 1 basketful of soil at a time. Lesendorf describes the construction process as laborious and that it provides evidence of leadership and cooperation within the culture. Now that I have discussed where and how, it is important to look at who these people were and when they lived. Archaeologists describe early Native American cultures in time periods. The people that built the mounds are described as being part of the woodland time period, which dates from 2,500 to 750 years before present. The earliest known mounds are located along the Mississippi River at Poverty Point in Louisiana. They are at least 3,000 years old, according to Lesendorf's guide. With the knowledge of where, when, and who, the final piece of the puzzle is why they were built. Why were they built, and what were they used for? Some of the first explorers thought that the earthworks must have been for defense, while others thought that it was of mythical origin. Early archaeological excavations in the early 1900s revealed that some of the mounds were used as burial mounds. This realization led to a lot of mound looting. The article in the Juneau County Star-Times describes the strongly held belief of the Ho-Chunk, that the mounds are sacred, and that the original purpose of the mounds was a combination burial, ceremonial, and ritual, and that it reflected the mound builders' growing awareness of their relationship to each other as well as to the earth. Native American mounds, whether burial, effigy, conical, linear, or rectangular, have a prominent place on our landscape as well as in our history. The mounds are earthenworks that were built by Native Americans in the woodland period and are thought to have been used for numerous reasons, including burial and ceremonial. Whereas the Ho-Chunk and other Native American groups may have a more direct connection to the mound builders, anyone who lives in the area or has visited a site has a connection to the mounds as well. Understanding the knowledge and beliefs of our ancestors and those who came before us can help us look to our own future. Next time you're hiking in the woods or driving past a farm field, keep an eye out on the landscape for mound sites. And remember, these sites are our connection to the past. Perpetually preserving the past for posterity is a worthwhile pursuit in the present.